Dear diarrhea full of shit. Just play along. Me, myself, and I. No one else. Yo, yo. I'm back in bed right now, but I got up to take a shit. I'm not going back to bed. I'm just laying down. You're gonna have you some alone time, are you? You don't know that. Besides, I'm old as fuck. The fact that I wake up horny as fuck, isn't that a good thing? I thought. How's your workout routine going? Fucking phenomenal. You know, like I said, if I want results, I tweak it. I do what I need to. It's like, you know what? I've been doing this. You know what? Okay, I'll really focus on this. And I'll do something a certain way. And, you know, the next day I'm always sore. And I'm not a doctor, but I know that I know things. And I think that's good. So, anyway. Like I said, does the T levels work in reverse? Because my diet and exercise routine was horrendous for a long, long time, and I drank heavy alcohol like a fish. And you know, and my T's was in the mid-9s. You know, this is a year ago, but you know, whatever. You know, just whatever. But I believe it, because like I said, you know, I know, we all do. Give me a month, I'll give you 100 push-ups with no rest. Why have I not seen those 100 push-ups? Oh, you know, I mean, you know how I am, you know. You know me so well. All of you. I'm such a lucky boy. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like the joke. Does that work in reverse? But I'm telling you, man, that's happened twice. I go to the doctor, you know, we could always do better. Looks like everything's in range. To the right side of the normal range as opposed to the left, but yeah, keep up the good work. Shit. Twice. And each time I legitimately thought they got the results mixed up, but maybe they didn't. You know, and like I said, you know, we need you to do something, okay? You know what I mean? This is going to require a lot of work. 4 weeks later. What did you do? I did things very meticulously and intelligently. And I did it 100%. That's what I did, Doc. Since I have your attention, I got a couple questions, Docca. I don't necessarily need to hear the answer. Won't necessarily even adhere to the answer, but I want to hear your answer because you, my fine sir or madame, are a trained professional. How you came to the conclusions and how you go about your practice has been a work in progress. This I do me know. You don't, but I do. Well, actually, you probably do. So, I'll run these past you. I want to hear your honest opinion, Doc. All your training, seminars, personal views, experimentation, everything that you've come up with thus far. Let me have it. I'll, you know, take the parts that I need, take the parts that I don't. Because I'm not just going to listen to what you say or do what you want me to do, dummy. But I appreciate your knowledge. Thank you. Like I said, DEI hasn't hit doctors yet because of the nature of their training. Pilots, it's short enough where you can get DEI pilots. But doctors, Mr. Pellet kind of did. I thought he was going to mention a doctor, but he didn't. It was kind of a little bit, but I've been saying that, for years. Probably the first time I mentioned that truth bomb was probably like 5 years ago ish. When it was really starting to become evident, where it was like more and more and more, incompetence, bullshit, and failure was happening, that I had said, don't get sick. It ain't the doctors, it's the nurse. Okay? Well, there's different levels of nurses, obviously, but it's the ones doing TikTok videos. Oh wait, they're all doing TikTok videos. My mom and sister love TikTok. They're addicted to it. And I tell them, I'm like, I don't have a TikTok. Because I'm like, you got a TikTok account? No. That's where intelligence goes to die. And I told them that. I am going to. But anyway, moving on. So. They might be aware that I have a YouTube video. There was that one time. Well, I'll skip the details, but that's why I don't post as much like Trump stuff, because I'm the only one in my family who's like a conservative Republican. They're not whack jobs, they're not the extreme, but just like most of the this latest election, it's like those people were actually registered, Democrats and all that shit, but they're like, okay, man, enough is enough. This fucking clown world is just too much to take. The teleprompter fails and you're lost in the dark, like she had no idea. That look on her face. Oh, 22 days. We're gonna do it. In her mind, she's like, please get the goddamn, thing. Most people could wing it. You know what I mean? You've at least got the bullet points, of your speech. You might use it just to kind of stay on track, but anyway. It was a just absolute shit show, and America came through. Fuck those people. And apparently America's still racist and hates women. Fuck you. You're a hate whore. It's like all the spoofs and stuff. You've called us this, you've called us that. You've attacked us with your wiffle ball bat. Hidden, in shame or whatever. Hidden like a coward, padded up to the hilt, just. And again, it's not everybody, but you're not seeing that on our side, even if you search for it, so. People walking up to people's houses. Why did you vote for him? He's been convicted. And, as near as I can tell, that it's not how it works. But anyway, what do I know? I mean, I know if you're a sitting president, but he wasn't the president at that point. I don't know. The guy running electricity through his sign. And again, he looks around, and then runs and grabs it. Shit. If you really were wanted to stand behind it, if somebody saw you, be like, no, and you defend it, like even if the guy came out, hey, whatever, So, however you want to go about it, because you're on their property now. But, they're always so weaselly, It's like I gotta work up the nerve and then run, yeah, and This guy ran over a sign and somebody put nails in it, and he's like, these people, and his wife was laughing at him. His wife was like, I hate Trump too, but I'm not a goofball about it. So anyway, and this, what is his name, Charlie Kirk or something? These people. Damn, he's just owning these students. He owns them. And it's so blatant. It's like, do you want to hear my side of the story? And they're just like, no. It's so stupid. And Mr. Gorilla, is like, we will never jive again, And it's not just agree to disagree. It's, oh, you think this way? Okay, then I can't deal with you. And you know what? I agree. Because you can't be civil. I would agree if you could be civil. We could jive if you were on the same level as me. But you're not on the same level as me, so we can't jive. So it sounds like we're kind of similar on the same page. We're both guilty of, not being reasonable. But no, it's just you. It's just, that is the one thing that I'm unwilling to, like, tolerate, for lack of a better word, because we live in a world, sometimes you have to tolerate shit, You're in the DMV and somebody's chewing their gum loud, you can't actually turn around. Well, you can, but I think you're a jerk. Say, hey, Jesus Christ, you're raised in a barn, could you chew that gum any louder? And don't use the Lord's name in vain. But anyway. And then, of course, me being me, I could very easily kick off World War III at any point that I wanted to, so I have to choose my battles wisely. I'm smart like that. I can deal with people, If you want to come at me like that, I've got my responses. You're not going to win, you know what I mean? Because I've done that stuff kind of like in where it's like double talk in plain sight, with punk motherfuckers. So basically, they're on the same level of children, like literally. It's just technically, they're like 23 years old or whatever. So you get to handle them with swear words and stuff instead of, wow, your parents raised you right. They little weasels like you, or whatever. You got to treat them with kid gloves, just, ooh, hey. But if they're on the exact same level, as a child, but they're technically 22, then you can drop a few swear words. Easy on the F word, for two reasons. Number one, they're going to hype it up, which means you got to continue to hype it up. And secondly, it shows that they're getting to you. So you need to be smart and tactful about it, but your words still have to be precise and have sting. They need to hit their mark. So, and that takes practice, to be able to handle rude people. You know what I mean? If it sideswipes you, you're not going to know what to say. That's why I think it's important that, kids growing up, they need to be bullied a little bit here and there. Like I said, sometimes I was the bully, sometimes I was the bullier. I gave a kid a wedgie so bad I ripped his underwear off. But it wasn't like this merciless hounding, it didn't get me and my friends, Plus, these days there's internet and stuff, so I don't know. But a person really needs to be, I'm just going to say it, not like mercilessly all the time, but a person needs to experience some bullying. They need to experience, some one-on-one shit. They need to experience being ganged up on, by a group of 5 or 10 people. That's just part of life, in my opinion. But anyway. And kids will be kids, so you kind of got to give them a pass. But, it's like, yeah, they're brat kids, but they're still kids. So, kind of, it's like, okay, whatever. You're not going to call a kid a punk. Not that I get made fun of kids all the time or anything. You can call them a brat, a weasel, bring their kids into it, You're bad news, little dude. I'm sure your mommy and your daddy's a bitch. Your mama's a wretched fucking cunt, or whatever. But maybe not call her a cunt. That's kind of extreme. But like I said, you're using big boy words, but if you're some Karen, or something who's, the target of, children, Karen is not going to know how to handle that. If she does, she's going to go above and beyond. And Karen is going to be really pissed off for like at least an hour or two because she got dissed by a group of kids. You know what I mean? But, oh shit. Or some, Ben or Brian. Shit. We gonna do, Ben? But anyway, so I digress. 16 and a half minutes. So I took my morning shit this morning. Did I really digress? I mean, yeah. I love his digresses. What? You love his dresses. But anyway, hey, piece of shit like you for breakfast. You pieces of shit for breakfast. Again, you need to kind of work that shit out. No. But there was a truck stop in the Midwest, we'll just say, along I-29. And the owners, the younger generation, decided to replace the toilets with bidets or whatever they're called. Now those can still function like normal toilets, that you just don't use all the buttons. And it still had toilet paper, is what I noticed. But I thought eventually, they're going to remove the toilet paper, probably in some harebrained idea to, break even and save money on toilet paper, providing everything else stays the same. In 150 years, the money that you save on toilet paper will pay for those bidets or whatever they're called. Bidets. So I shit you not, pun intended, if they ever got rid of that toilet paper, it was a place that it was like you had your own personal restroom. It wasn't, the rickety old metal, setup that, has 2 inches, between the, you know what I mean? So, like even out of the corner of your eye, you have to make it a point not to look at some, buddy taking a shit. But TAs were bad about that. TAs and Petros, they used the old rickety setup. But Love's, Flying J, and Sap Brothers, it's like you got your own little, it wasn't a room, but, whatever. There was a door with a door frame, whatnot. But I would take some gloves, and I would shit in the bowl, and then pick the shit up, and, set it somewhere. I wouldn't smear it around or anything like that, and I'd take my own toilet paper and my wipes and all that, and I had my routine, for wiping down the bowl and all that stuff. You only just clean as the last dirty thing you touch, and I perfected that back when Ebola was a thing, which I thought was the end of the world, but Obama pulled through. Whatever. And I had a little, it's probably like a 8-ounce little squirt bottle with a carabiner, that I rigged up, I walk around on my belt loop with Anyway, and I had my routine for when I got home and all that good stuff, you know, just blah, 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 blah. 20 minutes in. So anyway, that was going to be, you know, my protest. You know, you want to be a dumb shit? Well, here's my shit, you dummy. So you don't tell people how to wipe their ass or not, you know. Well, we're going to take away toilet paper and here's water. You know, it's like, no. Okay? And this is a public restroom. So you know some motherfucker, you know, like with AIDS or some shit is going to like bend it and wipe his asshole on it and be like, I'm gonna go play video games, man, you know, or whatever, you know. So, that's not necessarily Ben and Brian style, but it's not a matter of if, but when you encounter that person, because humans are. Well, it's like my future bestie Cool Breeze used to say. His introduction used to be the most vile, disgusting, you know, fucked up. It was, you know, it's like people, you know, and he's right. But he also turns around and say, you know, you need people, but you need to find good people because humans need other humans. Otherwise, they might go crazy and stuff. But he doesn't use it anymore. He's got annoying ones now. He's got the you know, he needs to punch himself in the face over that one. And that one dude, oh, as I lay here in my sleeping bag, it's fucking. Maybe you pop him in the throat, just like a real quick. As my sleepy pop, what up? What'd you do that for, asshole? Because you talk stupid. Anyway. What? He talks stupid. His voice, it's stupid. It sounds stupid. So. This one guy was talking shit about my feature bestie Cool Breeze, you know, like where he would like clear his throat too much, and of course, so he really got into it, and he put the microphone like on his throat. That's funny, but I have to side with the guy. You know, it's like, you know, people who make too many, not necessarily clearing your throat or whatever, but just like some people just talk fucking annoying. You know, like Jay Waller. You know, it's like, move the microphone away from your throat. You know, don't swallow so much. Make all these clicking and popping sounds, you know. Just calm down. Calm down. Or I will kill you. So, that's just a thing.